good evening. It's your girl ChucTayyy, and I am here with your RETV Sports Break. You can catch me here every Thursday, talking junk, spitting facts. Let's hop right into it. Really quick, we're going to touch on basketball because there's a lot of things that as a congregation, you guys have to listen to me talk about that I'm a little up in arms about. So first and foremost, somehow the Bucks made it past the Hawks. I'm not going to lie. Saturday night when they said Trae Young was playing, I'm like, oh, okay, I think the Hawks kind of got this in the bag. If nothing else, the Hawks play good, fun basketball. They are just really out there having fun. And I understand that this is their job and that's not really that important, but there's really a difference between having to be kind of stressed, if you will, and having fun doing your job, you know? So I just thought it was going to be different. It doesn't matter. They lost. Without Giannis, might I add, lost. So, you know, I didn't expect it. But the Bucks win. I'm sorry, I said they lost. I meant to say they won without Giannis. So they win. They move on to the NBA Finals. I'm not going to lie. There's a picture of Giannis out in the universe hugging the Eastern Conference trophy. And it's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. It's so much black boy joy, and I just love it. But I digress. So Giannis suits up, game 1 against the Suns. CP3, Dev Booker out there playing with them. It was, you want to talk about fun? They were out there playing with them. It didn't really quite seem fair to me. Again, Giannis plays. You can tell he's like a little ginger. He's not 100%. It's not completely what we're used to seeing. Kind of interested to see how that continues to play out, but I am sticking with Suns in 5. It's the only thing that I remember that I have said in this entire thing. I'm sticking with that. That is the hill that I will die on. Suns in 5. Game 2, Thursday night. We'll talk about it next week. Now, moving on. Again, as a congregation, you guys have to listen to me talk about these things. So Shakira Richardson. I'm pretty sure last week I called her Shakari, charged it to my head and not my heart. Is that the saying? Whatever it is, charge it there. So Shakira Richardson in the last week has had a whirlwind of things happen, all stemming from one incident. Her testing positive for marijuana in her drug test. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a little bit on the fence about this. Here's why. First, she was tested in Oregon because that is where the trials took place, and marijuana is legal in Oregon. On the other side of this discussion, though, she knew that at some point she was going to be tested. Now, the HR person in me says that it's not required that they tell you what they're testing for, because obviously if you're doing something that's going to show up in the test, we need to know that, right? So it's not required. Some people will say, hey, we're testing for weed, we're testing for narcotics, we're testing for coke. I don't know all the street terms for the things, but there are some places that do not test for marijuana because it is legal in some places. Now, to get off my HR stoop or platform, she knew she was going to be tested. She knew that she smoked weed, so she made a choice. Again, on the other side of this, I don't really understand why they are still testing for weed because it is legal in so many places, but it is also still illegal in a lot of places. So if we're going to hold the gymnastics people whose trials were in St. Louis to this, because I don't think weed is legal in St. Louis. I don't know. I don't know. You guys will tell me in the comments, I guess. But let's assume that it's not legal in St. Louis because I don't know. I have to hold the Oregon people and the St. Louis people to the same standard. So if I'm going to test them for weed in St. Louis, I have to test them for weed in Oregon. So I understand that. Do I feel like she... So let's back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. She tests positive for marijuana, which results in her receiving a 30-day ban, which means she is going to miss the 100-meter race in the Olympics. Do I totally love that because it's like the crime fits the punishment? No, or whatever the saying is. No, I don't agree because what I think is that they should not be testing for weed at all. Because there's a lot of companies who are not, because it is legal in so many places now. I don't really think that was something that they needed to be testing for. A lot of people's argument is weed is not a performance enhancement drug. That is correct. It is not. However, it is still not globally legal. So if she would have tested positive for cocaine, are we still having the same conversation, because that's not a performance enhancement drug either. I'm just saying, if that's the route y'all are going, we have to look big picture at it, right? I get it. One is a super hard drug and one is not. I completely understand that point. But they test for it. She tests positive. If we're holding everybody to the same standard, that's what it has to be. Do I believe that as a community, we need to be like, oh my God, she totally let us down and forget her? And no, I do not. I still support Shakira Richardson. I still think she is a walking, living, and breathing cheat code. There is no reason why that girl should be that fast. I'm glad that she is, because it's amazing. And I love every lace front, nails, love it. I live, okay? However, I believe that what people need to realize is that we can still love and support people and admit that they make mistakes. She made a mistake. She owned up to said mistake. Has she had a hard couple of weeks? Absolutely. She lost a parent. I fortunately have no idea what that feels like to this point. I have very close friends of mine who do know what that feels like. If that was how she coped, that was how she coped. Am I disappointed in it? Not really, because it's not for me or anybody to be disappointed in the way that girl copes, okay? Do I feel like she should have thought a little bit harder about it? Yes. Yes, I do. Is there anything we can do about it now? No, there is not. However, not only is she ineligible for the 100 meter because it's right in the middle of her 30-day ban, the 4x1 relay team has now been announced and she is not on it. And that was kind of the thing that everybody was hoping. She was still going to get her shot by being able to run the 4x1 relay because her ban will be up like within a couple days of that taking place. But she was not on it. Her name was not on the team at all. So that's really disappointing, because so many people and organizations have come out in support of her. You know, even Nike was like, we're not dropping her because of that. Like, people make mistakes. And I get it. People make mistakes. Do you have to pay for them to some extent? Yes. Yes, I do. But this, I hate to make this comparison because it's like really one extreme to the other. But it's like people still being mad at Michael Vick, right? Like, all those years ago, he was a part of this dog thing and all this stuff, and he went to jail and all the things, and now he's out, and that was like 10 or 15 years ago, and people are still pissed. It's not that real. Like, it's not that real. She had a lapse in judgment. You do that every day when you decide to hit the snooze button and then you oversleep. You had a lapse in judgment when you should have just woken up. I don't agree. I agree that she had a lapse in judgment. I do not necessarily agree with her being left off the 4x1 team. I'm fine with the 30 days because, again, it's not a crime per se, but she broke a rule. She did something. You broke a rule is just as basic as I can put it. And now you have to suffer a consequence. Does it suck? Yeah, it does. But I am personally proud of the fact that she went on, I think it was Good Morning America, if I'm not mistaken, one of those morning shows. And hey, I did it. You know, I shouldn't have, but this is what happened. I had a lapse in judgment. And I own it, and I'm sorry if I let you down, you know, but I'm human, I'm a person. Like, and I really applaud her for that. I really applaud her for coming out and owning it and not trying to hide from it or run from it. And I personally think that speaks volumes. And in the midst of all of this, an open letter has been quote unquote penned, because it was literally a video, of LSU women, former LSU women athletes, just saying to her that they are there for her and it's okay to make mistakes because everybody makes mistakes. They have made mistakes and this does not define you. You keep running your race. It was the most beautiful video I have ever seen in my life. We will put the link to the video down in the comments so you guys can go back and watch it. But it was, I thought that it was so beautifully done to have all of these women athletes, LSU, former athletes, just come out and support, because again, we can support people and admit that they make mistakes. And I think for me, that is the biggest takeaway. And that's what I want most people to realize. Like, it's not a black white thing. It doesn't have nothing to do with Michael Phelps. Please stop saying that. And yes, she made a mistake, and we still love her and her orange hair and her blue fingernails. We love you. Going to keep loving you. You made a mistake. You are going to learn from it, and you're going to come back stronger than ever. And that's basically what they say in the video, and that's what I'm saying. I'm going to double down on it on behalf of all said former LSU athletes, and I didn't even go there. But that's what I'm going with. So that's all I got to say about that. Keeping up with Olympic stuff really quickly since we're on the subject. It's going to be looking a little bleak in Tokyo because, one, they are coming off of what they are calling a quasi lockdown, which, if I read it correctly, means that they were like kind of locked down, but not really. However, as of Wednesday, the day on which I'm speaking to my iPad, the Tokyo COVID cases have risen to, let me double check my number here. They have 920 new cases as of Wednesday, the day in which I am recording this. So basically what they're saying over there is we about to be on lockdown, like clink, clink, lock it down. And we don't even want local fans up in here. So it's going to be looking real NBA bubble like in the Olympics. So they were already like, oh, we don't really want abroad fans coming, but then they opened it up a little bit with like a limited capacity, but they are talking about shutting it down now, and we don't even want local fans in there. So this is kind of still developing. They're saying if they do, and it's almost a guarantee according to reports that this is going to happen, that it's going to go well past the Olympics. So I'm also interested to see what happens once the Olympics end. And as people start kind of, finishing their events, like, are they going to keep them there? And you have to quarantine before you can go back to said country. There's just a lot of moving pieces with this. But my point also, COVID is not over, guys. Like, if you're vaccinated, that's great. I'm vaccinated. Guess who still wears their mask in the grocery store? Because, I saw somebody sent me a tweet that said COVID out here having probates with Delta and Lambda strains. It's a no for me, dog. Wear your mask, mind your business. I don't care if you waxed and vaxxed all summer 2021, wear your mask. And I'm done with that. Last thing. Rachel Nichols. Okay. So I toyed with talking about this, but we're here now. So in summation, Rachel Nichols is under fire because last year it was recorded. She was on a Zoom call. Her camera was off, but it was like still running. And from my understanding, she didn't know. And basically, in summation, she says that another ESPN correspondent, Maria Taylor, whom is a black woman, got her job because she is black. It's basically what she says. I don't have the direct quote. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't really care that much because that's what she said. It's what she said. She was moved to the NBA sidelines, some finals coverage and what have you. And it's because it basically she tried to play the affirmative action card. However, first and foremost, affirmative action has, helped, white women the most out of any like demographic that could fit under that umbrella. So that's number one. Number two, Rachel Nichols, you couldn't just like, it never occurred to you that maybe she's just like good at her job. Like it's because she's black. I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, first and foremost, in the profession that you are in, it's already a limited number of women. I don't care what color they are. There's this many of y'all in there. This many, okay? And even less that are reporting on, covering, talking about whatever, a male sport. So, first of all, why are you hating on that girl? Why are you hating on her? Why are you mad? Tell them why you mad, sis. I don't get it. I don't understand. Number one. Number two, what? Maria Taylor has never done anything but be good at her job. Let's just start there. She's not out here saying crazy stuff. She's not out here hitting on players. She's not out here just wilding for respect and sounding stupid. She got to where she is the same way that you did. I don't care if she was purple with yellow polka dots. She got to where she is the same way that you did. Ain't no black, white between it. And you know who else I'm not happy with? Adam Silver. You know what? If I was Tyra Banks and we were all rooting for you, Adam Silver, we were all rooting for you, Adam Silver, because why would you come out of your mouth and say, I don't think that y'all should be upset at Rachel Nichols, because what that is saying is that when people have an opinion, we can just be upset about it. You damn skippy we can be upset about it, because what she said was wild. Okay, listen, I don't even be out here cussing like that, but I just had to say that because this whole, you see, I'm confused. I'm affused, as my child would say. I'm affused. I don't know what that means. Because does everyone have a right to their own opinion? Yes, they do. And did she say that in confidence to somebody? Sure. And yes, it was secretly recorded. I will say that. And the person that recorded it, they got in trouble for secretly recording her and then sharing said recording, because that's like not okay. But also, you shouldn't have said it. It's like that, a couple months back when that, white play-by-play dude, or I don't even remember where he was now, but he said something crazy about, I think he called, I can't even remember that. He said something extremely racist about some little girls on a basketball team because they were kneeling. I can't even remember his name, where he was at, but I want to say he maybe called them the N-word. I can't even remember at this precise second because, first of all, I'm fuming and I just can't remember. But he was saying that in confidence to whoever the other person was and forgot his mic was on. So are we supposed to be okay with that because he was saying it in confidence to somebody else? No. Like, I feel like the only difference is between those two is Rachel was secretly recording, whereas that dude just forgot to turn his mic off on something that was public. It doesn't matter because you should not have said it. If you're going to say stuff like that and you want it to be in confidence, say that at your crib with your man and nobody else is around. Like, that still doesn't make it okay, but if you don't want other people talking about it, then don't say it where other people can hear it. And yes, maybe she thought her mic was off. I get it, but it wasn't, and we heard you, and it's not okay. It's not okay. And yes, you under fire, and The Jump, I don't care if I never watch that show again, ever in my life. I don't care. As long as the NBA on TNT is still on, I'm good, sis. We don't need to watch you, Rachel. It's good, okay? Okay? We good, sis. It's above me now. Anyway, that's it for me this week, guys. I had to get that off my chest. I don't understand just the unmitigated goal of it all. Oh my God. Just, what is wrong with y'all? And Adam Silver, listen, because I love Adam Silver, okay? There's literally, I am Tyra and Tyra is me. We were all rooting for you, Adam. And then you gonna come out there and say that, like, not like, that's racist. It's like that little boy that's racist. I don't understand. And to tear down another woman, you want to talk about something that grinds my gears? Just the ghetto, okay? Just the ghetto. But seriously, that is it for me this week, guys. I am your girl, ChucTayyy. You can catch me here every Thursday, talking junk, spitting facts. See you later.